Commander Sal, but it was the Monster Energy Yamaha of Frossard and David Philipparts who came out in the first couple of positions. In fact, Philipparts had a little bit extra work to do. Guarneri went down on the first turn, and his race was to get a little bit worse as well as he crashed down the hill past pit lane and needed assistance. Then it was Manuel Moni's turn to go down. He crashed just going through what was the final turn on the Salucci Honda, and he also would have a difficult task. But up front it was Frossard from Caroli, from Philipparts, Borg, Campano, Bobryshev, Boissier, Gonçalves, and the rest. They came through. Max Nagel buried down in about 15th position. A good ride through the field for Ken de Dijker, but this was Caroli crashing out at the end of lap 1. He lost the front, lost the back, came spinning around on him, almost saved it, but look at the position he was in. Boissier able to turn tight, so too was Gonçalves. So Caroli able to keep the bike running and get back up in around about 7th, 8th position. Genny Bobryshev was having a good ride. He found his way up as well into around about 3rd place at one point before crashing. Just like this man here, DeSalle, taking his second fall, running into the back of Gregory Aranda when Aranda's Kawasaki just got offline at the top of the hill. There's Bobryshev going through into 3rd position, and he tried to close down on the 2 Monster Energy Yamahas ahead of him, but he stalled the bike at the bottom of the hill, past pit lane, and then he crashed through the barriers as well a little later on in the race. But that was Philipparts going up the inside of his teammate, Stephen Frossard. That was the battle for the lead. That was Bobryshev stalling his machine at the bottom of the hill. Picked it up just ahead of Steve Ramon on the Suzuki. And Tony Cairoli got back into 4th place, passing Anthony Boissier at the top of the hill. He then set about Xavier Borg on the Kawasaki, and at that point he had about 5 or 6 seconds to make up to the Frenchman. But the Yamahas of Philipparts and Frossard, they were in total command around this Indiatuba circuit. Cairoli then, with a few laps to go, decided to put the challenge on Xavier Borg. He couldn't make it stick there. He had to go the long way round. He was hampered by a back marker slightly. He tried his best to get out of the way. He knew the leaders were there, but coming out of the bottom right-hander, Cairoli set up the Frenchman here, squared off the turn, used the high line on the camber, got on the gas early, and muscled his way through, and that was enough for Cairoli to go to 3rd, and Xavier Borg dropped down to 4th. So Tony Cairoli then taking his best qualifying position of the season, 5th, 4th, 7th, and now 3rd in the 4 rounds so far. Lap times were on a par in the last half of the race with our leaders, but of course everybody backing off by then. Certainly this man did, to the tune of around 3 or 4 seconds a lap. But all David Philipparts had to do was just keep everything in line, ride good tight lines, and didn't have to rush anything. His teammate Stephen Frossard had backed off as well. His team there in the corner as he dropped down the hill at the end of pit lane were on hand to congratulate him as he wheelied uphill. That's the start straight through the first turn, and with just another corner to go, David Philipparts was already smiling underneath that helmet of his. Worked his way through that final turn. No major celebrations, but David Philipparts